there guys, Robert here, and today me and 9 other people are going to be ranking an album from a band that I consider to be on the cusp of what's electronic or not. And despite being what seemed to be their final album at the time, even though it wound up not being the case, they still managed to come through with an excellent collection of what they're all about, featuring great lyrics and melodies as well as a production style completely unique to theirs. Welcome to episode 12 of Robert's Recharged Megacollabs, where we're going to be ranking LCD Soundsystem's third album from 2010, This Is Happening.
Alright, so for this episode, we're going to be ranking the standard version that contains 9 tracks. So that means Throw and OU Christmas Blues will have to be excluded. Other than that, on with the ranking. Starting off with the bottom pick at number 9, we have Somebody's Calling Me. Yeah, I'm not surprised that this wound up being at the bottom of the list. For me personally, compared to all the other tracks, this one sounds a bit more wonky, samey, and disinteresting. This is especially evident in pretty much everything going into it, including the way the synth leads sound. It kind of feels a little bit out of place too, not gonna lie. That said, despite this, I think this is a technically fine track whenever I put it on, but I still tend to skip it whenever I listen to the album in full. Next up at number 8, we have Drunk Girls. Now this is where I would say the good stuff starts right here. I don't really have a whole lot of things to say about this one. I mean, I am giving out brief statements about each of the tracks here in this new format, but this is very good. It's got the usual LCD Soundsystem flair to it. Well done production, nice melodies, lyrics that are fun to sing along to. I liked it. However, there are 7 other tracks that just do more for me personally, hence the low ranking. Coming up at number 7, we have Powpow. Now, this is underrated. It is indeed one of the more longer tracks here, unsurprising coming from them, and it is a certified bop to me, so you can just imagine my disappointment to see this so low on the list. I will admit, it may feel a little bit drawn out in its minimality to some people, but it doesn't inherently prohibit me from saying that the length here is justified in my opinion. I think the way James Murphy is just speaking his way through the verses makes the song unique and engaging. Blend that well with a catchy chorus and a really cool bridge part, and you have yourself yet another slam dunk from Murphy and company. Next at number 6, we have You Wanted a Hit. And here we have the actual longest track here at 9 minutes long, but this is also great too. It does take quite a bit to really get the ball rolling with this one, but once it does, it provides the listener with some dang good melodies, Murphy's great vocals, fun lyrics, pretty much the usual from them. Speaking of the lyrics though, I like the sentiment of them basically just saying, hey music industry, we don't do what you think are hits. They just want to do their own thing, man. Even though I wish this was a bit shorter, it does do a good job of getting its message across, and I definitely respect it for that. Next at number 5, we have One Touch, and here's the second of one of my top 3 tracks for the album. And yeah, this is really cool, man. The borderline dark production on this one is insanely fabulous, that blippy synth lead is pretty memorable, and the way this other synth just kind of rises throughout the chorus is also so much fun as well. Despite my high placement for this one, I don't have a lot more things to say about this one beyond that, other than it's another reason why this album's so good, and I'm glad it's at least in a spot that is something as fair as in the middle of the ranking. Coming up next at number 4, we have All I Want. They really keep killing it with these songs, don't they? For this one, I love how open and spacious this track sounds, especially towards the back half of it. I also found out that this acted as a take on David Bowie's Heroes, which is honestly amazing considering the fact that James Murphy had his fair share of contributions on his final album Black Star, but really, that's besides the point. This one is yet another highlight on the record that is yet another demonstration of the band's incredible musical talents and capabilities. Kicking off the podium picks at number 3, we have the closing track, Home. This is a really good way to close things out. Not only is it a great groovy and upbeat cut on here, it also utilizes its 7-minute length to the best of its ability so well, and on top of it, the way they secretly reference the song This Must Be the Place naive melody by Talking Heads towards the end of the track is pretty clever, all things considered. Safe to say that had This Is Happening been their actual final record, this would have acted as a really good swan song too, so I could see why this landed at the top 3 on this ranking. Next at number 2, we have I Can Change, which I thought for sure this was going to be the track that took the top spot here. But I guess I stand corrected. This song specifically, though, is fantastic. It was actually my favorite LCD Soundsystem song for a while until New York I Love You But You're Rigging Me Down surpassed it. It's the track on this album that checks all the boxes. Great vocal performance? Check. Excellent production? Check. Memorable melodies? Check. Fun, catchy, and meaningful lyrics that have a hint of hopelessness and desperation? Check. This, along with the aforementioned New York I Love You, is everything I love about this band wrapped up in one song, and that's why it's my absolute favorite of the bunch. And finally, at number 1, we have the opener, Dance Yourself Clean. Funny how this is the second episode in a row where the opener got the top spot. While I can't say I concur with this being the best track here, I also can't say that it's any less than great either. I mean, this album has a great closer, so it only makes sense for this one to have a really great opener too. I would have also made the comment about this one taking quite a bit of time to get things going, but I can't really say that when even the intro is utilized quite nicely. It provides a sense of dynamics, really taking their time to get started before the beat comes in. And on top of that, the usual stuff, good production, lyrics, and melodies. I think I've reiterated that enough times already. Great tone setter for sure. Okay, now let's move on to the average rating, and it's a very respectable score of a 7.3 out of 10. I love this whole thing a lot, man, but I'm totally fine with this score. I'm glad to see that all the participants liked it at the very least. As per usual, everyone's thoughts on this album, including mine, will be in the description and or pinned comment.
Thank you for watching episode 12 of Robert's Recharged Megacollabs. Be sure to be on the lookout for episode 13, where we're going to be ranking Michael Jackson's Thriller. The form for that will be linked in the description and pinned comment for those interested in participating. Since it only has 9 tracks, the form will be closed 1 week from today on September 15th, 2024 at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like, share if you want, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss videos like this one. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, or go listen to my music on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.